Then Emelogu scored 20 points, and SMU upset number 2 Arizona 6,660 on Thursday night in the Battle for Atlantis consolation round, handing the Wildcats their second consecutive loss to an unranked opponent. The Mustangs 51 blew an 11-point lead in the second half, but responded with a 102-run to go ahead for good. SMU won despite shooting 31%, though the Mustangs scored 19 points off 20 Arizona turnovers. Shake Milton added 14 points, including 4 free throws in the final 70 seconds. And for the second straight night, the Wildcats 32 found themselves on the wrong side of a stunning defeat. Arizona lost 9,084 to North Carolina State on Wednesday in the first round. Alonzo Trier scored 22 points to lead the Wildcats. They will face number 18 Purdue on Friday in the 7th-place game. The Mustangs will play Western Kentucky for 5th place. Number 1 Duke 99, Portland State 91. Portland, or AP, Trevin Duvel had 22 points and Duke pulled away to beat surprisingly tenacious Portland State to open the Phil Knight Invitational. Marvin Bagley III added 18 points, and Grayson Allen had 14 points and 9 assists. The Blue Devils 60 will face Texas on Friday. Duke trailed by as many as 8 points but took control midway through the second half when Wendell Carter Jr.'s dunk put the Blue Devils in front 6,762. They would go on to lead by as many as 21 points. It was coach Mike Krzyzewski's 200th victory as coach of a number 1 ranked team. He's 20,029 when the Blue Devils sit atop the poll. Deontay North led the Vikings 41 with 24 points, including 20 in the first half, but fouled out with 839 left in the game. Dubbed the PK80, the tournament celebrates Nike co-founder Phil Knight's 80th birthday. Number 4 Michigan State 73, DePaul 51. Portland, or AP, Matt McQuaid hit 6 3-pointers and scored a career-high 20 points. Jaren Jackson Jr. added 13 points and 10 rebounds, and Michigan State, playing without preseason All-American Miles Bridges, shook DePaul in the second half during the opening round of the PK80 Invitational. Bridges was out due to a sprained left ankle sustained last Sunday against Stony Brook, but McQuaid made up for the absence of the Spartan star. McQuaid's previous career high was 17 points, and he had scored 16 total points in Michigan State's first 3 games this season in limited duty coming off the bench. Without Bridges, the Spartans 31 struggled to shake the Blue Demons until early in the second half when DePaul went more than 9 minutes without a field goal. Eli Kane and Max Struss led DePaul 13 with 12 points apiece, but the Blue Demons shot just 5 of 23 in the second half and were 0 for 4 on 3-point attempts. DePaul shot only 25.5% for the game. Number 5 Villanova 85, Tennessee 76. Paradise Island, Bahamas. AP, Jalen Brunson scored 25 points and Villanova overcame a 15-point deficit to beat Tennessee in the Battle for Atlantis semifinals. The Wildcats 50 trailed 4,429 with 139 left before roaring out of a break with a dominating run. Villanova scored the first 11 points as part of a 232 burst. Mikal Bridges added 21 points for Villanova, which shot 52% after halftime and built a 15-point lead with 440 left. Grant Williams scored 20 points for Tennessee 31. Villanova will play Northern Iowa on Friday in the championship game. Tennessee will face North Carolina State in the third-place game. Number 7 Florida 108, Stanford 87. Portland, or AP, Yegor Kolachov had 26 points, and Florida routed Stanford in the Phil Knight Invitational. Kolachov made all 5 of his 3-point attempts and Florida 40 hit 15 from long range overall. Jalen Hudson added 17 points, including a career-high 4 threes. Reed Travis had 23 points for Stanford 33, which lost its second straight to a top 10 opponent. The Gators announced shortly before the opening tip that starting center Kevarius Hayes had been suspended for the game for a violation of team rules. The school did not provide details. Number 9 North Carolina 102, Portland 78. Portland, or AP, Luke May had 20 points and 10 rebounds. Joel Berry II added 18 points and North Carolina overwhelmed Portland to open the PK80 Invitational. Kenny Williams added 17 points and Theo Pinson had 11 points, 9 rebounds and 7 assists for the Tar Heels 40. They have scored at least 90 points in the past 3 games. Franklin Porter led the Pilots with 19 points and Marcus Shaver Jr. added 17. Number 15 Xavier 83, George Washington 64. Las Vegas. AP, Trevin Blewett scored 20 points to help Xavier beat George Washington in the Las Vegas Invitational. The Musketeers, who went into the game leading the Big East and ranked 5th nationally in field goal percentage at 56.8, shot a blistering 62.5 from the field in the second half. Xavier 50 finished the game hitting 33 of 57 from the floor, including 5 of 13 from three-point range. Terry Nolan Jr. led George Washington 23 with 18 points. Number 17 Gonzaga 86, Ohio State 59 Portland, or AP. Jonathan Williams had 21 points and Gonzaga was boosted by an enthusiastic crowd during its victory over Ohio State in the Phil Knight Invitational Tournament. Josh Perkins added 20 points for the Bulldogs, who improved to 40 after playing in last season's NCAA Tournament Championship game. Gonzaga advanced to face number 7 Florida. The Buckeyes 41 will face the Cardinal on Friday. C.J. Jackson and Jayshawn Tate each scored 12 points for Ohio State, which trailed by as many as 26 points in the second half as the Zags pulled away. Western Kentucky 77, number 18 Purdue 73 Paradise Island, Bahamas AP. Darius Thompson scored 12 points and hit 2 free throws with 5.1 seconds left to help Western Kentucky beat Purdue in the consolation round at the Battle for Atlantis. Justin Johnson led the Hilltoppers 32 with 17 points, including a tough driving score for a 5-point lead with 21 seconds left. P.J. Thompson hit a corner three-pointer with 5.8 seconds remaining to bring the Boilermakers 42 to 7,573, but Thompson answered with 2 free throws that made it a 2-possession game. Isaac Haas scored 22 points to lead Purdue. Rhode Island 75, number 20 Seton Hall 74 New York AP. Jared Terrell made a running layup with 5.2 seconds left to give Rhode Island the victory over Seton Hall in the second game of the preseason knit. Terrell finished with 32 points to help the Rams improve to 31. Stanford Robinson added 15 points. Miles Powell led the Pirates 41 with 21 points. Angel Delgado had 18 points and 14 rebounds, and Kadeen Carrington and Daisy Rodriguez had 12 points each. Following Terrell's layup, Seton Hall inbounded the ball to Carrington, who raced up court but lost his dribble and the Pirates were unable to recover the loose ball before the buzzer sounded. Number 21 St. Mary's 89, Harvard 71 Fullerton, Caliph. AP. Jock Landale scored 26 points and St. Mary's beat Harvard. In the opening game of the Wooden Legacy, Emmett Narr just missed a triple-double, finishing with 11 points, 9 rebounds and 9 assists for the Gales 50. Bryce Aiken led the Crimson 23 with 22 points, including 20 in the second half when Harvard outscored St. Mary's 5,143. Chris Lewis added 18 points. Number 23 West Virginia 84, Marist 78 Lake Buena Vista, FLA. AP. Javon Carter had 20 points. Sagaba Kanade added 14 and West Virginia beat Marist in the opening round of the Advocare Invitational. Carter hit a key tray that put West Virginia ahead 7,067 with 5:12 minutes left after Marist had pulled even on Brian Parker's basket. The Mountaineers 41 shot 32% over the first 28 minutes and finished at 35%. David Knudsen led Marist 04 with 19 points.